In the silent corridors of grief, a widower roams aimlessly, his heart echoing with the lost laughter of his late wife. These hallowed halls, once teeming with life and love, now echo the mournful wail of solitude. Each room, a testament to the love that once was, now stands as a reminder of the gaping void that has been left behind. He is a ship lost at sea, adrift in the chilling winds of loss. The compass of his heart broken, the love that once guided him now renders him directionless. His days are spent in a fog of memories, each one more painful than the last. The laughter, the shared glances, the whispered promises, all now shrouded in the cloak of death's finality. His every step is a struggle, each breath a reminder of the life he once shared with his beloved. The world outside continues its relentless march, but for him time stands still. He is trapped in the limbo of his own despair, a prisoner to his own heartache. His son, a young boy with his mother's eyes, reaches out to him, but the widower is lost in the labyrinth of his grief. The boy smiles, his laughter, echoes of a love lost, only serve to deepen the wound. The widower's heart, once a fortress of love, now lays in ruins, unable to shelter the one who needs it the most. In the quiet solitude of night, the widower's lament fills the air, a poignant melody of love and loss. He clings to the shadows of his past, the echo of his wife's laughter, his only solace. Yet his heart yearns for a connection, a beacon of hope in the all-consuming darkness. Drowning in the abyss of his sorrow, he yearns for a connection he lost, not realizing another awaits his embrace. His heartache, a testament to a love that once was, blinds him to the love that remains. The future awaits, but for now, the widower is lost in the past, a prisoner of his own sorrow. Time, a relentless master, pulls us back to the days of love and laughter, where the widower wasn't a widower, but a man deeply in love. In the theater of memory, we see him, a young man, his eyes bright with a light that only love can ignite. His heart, a vessel full of dreams and promises, beats in rhythm with another's, the woman who would become his world. Their love story was not one of grand gestures, but of small treasures. A shared glance across a crowded room, a stolen kiss in the quiet corners of a garden, a soft whisper of their dreams under the blanket of stars. Their love was a tapestry woven with threads of shared laughter, shared tears, shared dreams, and shared moments. Remember how they would spend hours in their secret hideaway, a small nook in their favorite bookstore? There, surrounded by the scent of old books, they would lose themselves in tales of adventures, of knights and dragons, of love and loss. They were two souls lost in their own world, a world where time stood still and love was the only language spoken. And oh, the dreams they shared, dreams of exploring the world, of writing their own story, of growing old together, dreams that were as vast as the ocean and as bright as the sun, dreams that were now just fragments of a shattered reality. In the quiet moments when the world was asleep, they would sit by the window watching the dance of the stars. There in the silence, their hearts would speak volumes. A gentle squeeze of the hand, a soft kiss on the forehead, a warm embrace. These were their love letters, written not in ink, but in the language of the heart. Those were the days of bliss and joy, now just faded memories, leaving behind an echo of their love. The echo, a haunting melody that plays in the quiet corners of the widower's heart, a reminder of the love once shared, and a testament to a love that, though lost, will never be forgotten. In the shadow of his father's sorrow, a young boy tries to reach out, his small hands yearning for a connection. This is a tale not just of a widower's lament, but also of a son's struggle, a struggle to understand, to connect, to bring back the father he once knew. In the quiet halls of their once vibrant home, the son walks, his footsteps echoing the silence left by his mother's absence. He yearns for the laughter that used to fill these halls, the warmth that used to cradle him in the night, but more so, he yearns for his father, the man who once held him high on his shoulders, who spun tales of knights and dragons before bedtime, now stands distant, a silhouette of sorrow against the setting sun. The boy, in his innocence, tries to bridge this chasm of despair. He draws pictures, colorful and vibrant, mirroring the world as he wishes it to be. A world where his father's eyes are no longer clouded with grief. He leaves these drawings on his father's desk, a silent plea for his father to see, to remember the joy they once shared. Yet the father, ensnared in his lament, fails to see these offerings. The son watches as his father's gaze glides over his drawings, his eyes vacant, consumed by a sorrow too vast to comprehend. In his young heart, the son carries a burden no child should bear. He misses his mother, yes, but he also misses the father he once knew. The man who would toss him into the air, who would sneak him an extra piece of cake when his mother wasn't looking. That man seems to have vanished, replaced by a shadow, a specter of grief. Yet in his struggle, the son does not give up. He continues to reach out, to offer his love, to try and bring his father back from the precipice of despair. He is a beacon of hope, a testament to the resilience of the human spirit. A young heart longing for his father's love stands on the edge of despair and hope. Sometimes it's the smallest things that bring about the biggest changes. In the vast labyrinth of loss, amid the cobwebbed corners of the widower's heart, a discovery awaits. A tiny artifact, long forgotten, re-emerges from the shadows. A simple toy soldier, once a cherished plaything of his dearly departed wife. Its diminutive stature belies its profound significance, a silent testament to a love lost, but also a love yet to be found. As the widower cradles this relic in his hands, the cold metal warming under the heat of his touch, he's struck by a realization. It's not a thunderous epiphany, but a quiet understanding, as soft and subtle as the fall of autumn leaves. He sees his son's struggle mirrored in his own, a shared longing for connection, a shared yearning for the comforting embrace of a love that was and could perhaps be again. This tiny soldier, a silent sentinel, becomes a poignant symbol of their shared pain, a testament to their shared history. But it also serves as a bridge, a conduit, connecting a father and son separated by the chasm of grief. It's not just a toy, but a beacon in the darkness, a promise of a bond that can be rekindled. In the hushed whispers of the night, the widower makes a silent vow, a pledge to reach out, to extend his hand across the divide. He sees his son, not just through the lens of his own sorrow, but as a young boy grappling with loss, yearning for his father's comfort. And so, in the heart of the widower, a spark of hope is kindled, a turning point, a shift in the narrative, a chance for a new chapter. With the toy soldier serving as a silent reminder of the love that binds them, the widower takes a step towards his son, towards a future where they can grieve together, grow together, heal together. A spark in the darkness, a bridge over the chasm of grief, a father and son on the verge of reconnecting. The dawn of a new day brings the promise of a fresh beginning. As the velvet curtain of night slowly lifts, the widower and his son find themselves standing on the precipice of a new day. It's a moment as delicate as the first light of dawn, a moment that carries the weight of 1,000 unspoken words. The widower, once ensnared in the cobwebs of his past, now sees the world through a different lens. The sorrow that once consumed him, the grief that was his constant companion, is now but a shadow in the backdrop of his life. In his son, he sees a reflection of their shared past, a spark of the love he once cherished. The child who has been a silent witness to his father's struggle now stands before him, not as a reminder of what has been lost, but as a beacon of what lies ahead. Their shared sorrow has carved a path towards understanding, towards a bond that is unbreakable even by the cruel hands of time. The widower, once lost in the labyrinth of his grief, has found a new compass. His son, the living testament of his once flourishing love, has become the light that guides him out of his sorrow. Their shared laughter, their shared tears have become the ties that bind them, the balm that soothes their shared loss. Facing the dawn together, they stand on the edge of a promise, the promise of a new beginning. They are no longer a man mourning his past and a child yearning for connection. They are father and son, bound by love, by loss, and by the unspoken promise of a shared tomorrow. In the end, it's not about forgetting the past, but learning to live with it. For nothing is meant to last. As the sun sets, it also rises, and in its light we find the strength to carry on.